So it's still Thursday, February 3rd. It is after work where I would normally be coaching at the gym, but we canceled classes. So I have a unique opportunity to do some more painting today. I do want to point out again, I know I said this earlier, looking at the back of my camera, this is not, in the camera, this is very warm, it's very dark. I mean, there's a lot of warmth up and down through here, but by my eyes looking at this, this is much more blue. It's much cooler. And I think it's just because the outside is so dreary, but let me turn this light off. Now it's obviously going to get darker, but I want to just show you what an extremely warm incandescent bulb does to a painting. So when you're lighting your painting or painting your painting, make sure you understand the lighting that's on it. So notice, just look for the warmth here and watch it cool off when I do that. So that is actually closer to what I see if it was brighter, okay? It's amazing how much, not just brighter, but warmer that gets on my phone compared to what I'm looking at here. It's just odd. So that may throw you all off some. I apologize if that's the case. This is much closer to that as far as colors anyway. This is still darker a little bit, but not nearly what it's shown on the camera. So enough blabbling. Let's go away from them for just a second. We're going to go back and forth and back and forth. You all know this process. It's all going to come into focus all at once. So I want to lighten that in general. I'm not going to be in here going to, I want to lighten the whole area, and then afterwards, once I'm satisfied with that light, then we'll put some little hints of dark. Now we know that is going to dry much darker. So I got to go pretty thick on this. Pretty thick on this. That's getting sky-ish, isn't it? Getting sky-ish. So what I'm going to do, that's better. A little crazy, I know. Sometimes we gotta get crazy here, make this stuff work. But the key for me is when I step back, not when I'm here looking, when I step way back, does it fit better? And it does. Now, I want to see this all kind of come in at the same, which it does, it's better. Yeah, if that would just dry like that, I could live with the value. Still want to make it a little bluer up in there. A little bit bluer. Let's push that blue a little. Let's push it. Let's see what happens. Now, I want to be fairly, gosh, do I cheat? Let's cheat. A bunch of cheaters. Let's cheat. Let's see, we want to get, gosh, that shadow on there. Let me lay this down. Golly, where I can see without that light shining. I apologize. We're just gonna, I'll give it a second. I just feeling some cheating in me here. Didn't really take like I thought it would. It didn't take like I thought it would. Should a little bit bluer, a little bit bluer. It's more better. It's more better. Again, I'm telling y'all, I wish I might take a picture and see if it does better than the video. Ooh, I got a little ugly spot there. Lick your thumb, lick your finger. Wipe it out, wipe it out. Eyeball here, eyeball test that's much closer than what it shows in the back of the thing. Okay, I'll quit saying that. Let's see, we want to bring this over a little bit more. I think. Obviously it comes across more there, and it's, of course, we got our head up, which I'm okay with that. I don't know if I want that like end. I definitely don't want it end in her face, so I want that wave breaking out here. It probably makes sense that it comes over. Probably makes sense that it comes over. So let's mix a color. Now, what color is that? Kind of tough, right? It's tough to say, to give that a name of a color. So what you really have to do is go, is it warm or is it cool? And that's relative to what it's sitting around. Again, orange beside red, red would look cooler than orange. So it's, even though red by itself is most people would say is a warm color. So let's make an estimation. I like to, when I do this, I like to put it in an area I've already painted and go, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty close. Pretty close. So let's bring that over here. Kind of breaks a little, breaks a little. Just touching that, barely tip of the brush there. And let's look for anywhere else. Where else does it have a little, just a touch of variation, just a little bit? Not everywhere. Not everywhere. And of course, there's little places all out in here, which we'll do once we're happy. I don't want to keep padoodling with this until I'm happy with that. And again, as I'm sitting here, it's not bad at all, even though on the camera. Let's see. What do I want to do? What's bothering me right now besides all of it? Some of this in here. Sometimes I need to, even though this is kind of at the end, icing on the cake is when we do a lot of this. Sometimes I need to do some of this to get out of how tedious getting into the figures is, even though that's the reason we're painting this, is because of the figures. A lot of paint. I'm just dipping that straight into paint, and then we just let it pull off. I'm just touching the edge of the brush, right? And we let it pull off. There's right here some of that going on, And we got it right. Again, in reality, it's in between his arms. I got him drawn a little lower. I'm okay with that. Again, is this critical? We see it because we're artists, we're painting it, but I guarantee you other people would never, even if they studied the two, they're probably never going to see that. So this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I need a little bit of this to get my brain happy. And see the water splashing up on them. We're going to take a brush at the end and we're going to get it really nice and wet, and we're going to go whoosh, whoosh. And some people take toothbrushes and do that, which works well as well. It's kind of a cool little effect, kind of like the tip of a brush. Don't tell anybody that secret, please. It's our little secret. The butt of the brush. Let's see here. So her leg is hidden because there's a splashing going on. Helps to make the noise. Now this was, and you can kind of tell the name of this painting is First Day at the Beach. And this, you can tell this is the excitement of, you know, you drive forever and get to the beach, and first day you're there, and kids go, can we go to the beach? Can we go to the beach? Yeah, we'll go to the beach. We're going to be here for a week, but we'll go, you know, unload the car and go to the beach. And this is them, you know. So why you go? They're excited to go to the beach. So I want that to be kicked up right where that foot hit, right? And then there's some other stuff. But for the most part, we'll put that shadow in and make this stand out a little bit more. And as you're starting to see, none of this happens, not with me anyway, all at once. Call it alla prima, right? If this is oil paint, a little bit more important to get it right. Not that you can't, you know, continue to paint, you know, wet into wet on oils, or even let them dry and put mediums on them. But for acrylic, you know, I don't. It's almost like I don't stress as much because I know I can. I'm a master at fixing stuff because I've screwed up so much. How about that? Screwed up so much. So I step back, and now I'm a little happier. It's starting to read, starting to look. I need to keep saying, I need to say something else because y'all are going to quit watching because you get sick of me saying read. Starting to look like I need to do synonyms on read. Starting to make sense. You're starting to buy it. I'm starting to buy it. I'm like, okay, I get it. So, step back, squint my eyes. And when I say squint my eyes, I just let my eyes close, relax my eyes. I'm looking at values. This is a little dark. Not that I'm upset with that. It's a little dark. This is lighter still. And you see the struggle. You see in the struggle with light. And acrylics, you know, you put them down, you go, oh, cool, look, I made it lighter, and it just dries darker. You just have to, you know, the thinner you put this on, the more water that's in it, the less paint that's in it, the more transparent, I'll say it dries. I mean, it goes on a little transparently, but ooh, I'll leave it. Happy accident. You know, even that, you're like, oh, it's not there. Well, it's kind of like what a wave would look like, right? I mean, again, nobody's going to look at this. If that looks okay, then I'll leave it in there. Main thing is I want to get these areas lighter, lighter, and lighter. Okay to lose your head. Sounded serial killer. Let's see. It's making more sense. Push and pull, right? I'm going to put more effort into them, put more into the background. Boom, 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 boom. I'm mad. I'm crazy. Crazy. So, let's, sorry. I'm going to, probably dumb, I'm going to take a bigger brush, not bigger than I was thinking. And I'm going to try to paint a little bit more accurately by negative painting. Now, I've said that a bunch of times. What do I mean? I'm going to draw her, shape her, by not painting her, but painting into her. Because I think I've got her a little wide. Now, I like that better. I'm trying to pull it off. I took my finger and pulled it off her arm. That angle's a little better. It may be exaggerated a smidge. Take this wave up a little. I want to get that wave above her arm. Let's see. It'll come right there. And it's going to It's better. It's better. And there's always things, I guarantee you, because I've done this watching other artists paint. There's things that you all probably see that are wrong, that you're like, God, when's he going to fix that? And I don't see them, probably. My guess is I don't see them. And hopefully I will see them. But most of the time when I do watch some artists, there's something, let's pretend for a second it's that. Let's say there's an ugly spot like that on here. And you're like, no, it's bothering me. Oh, I don't like it. When's he going to fix it? And I'll leave it there till the end of the painting. And then, they'll fix it. I'm sure there's some of that going on in here that y'all are going mad. I continue to pick up paint, you see, and I'm trying to wad it up in here. And you see, that's how it's going to end up going on. That thick. I hope y'all can see. Does it refocus decent? Yeah. See how thick that is? That's how some of this stuff, this white, we're going to gob that on. Well, I'm obviously doing it now. And you see, look how thick that is. When I'm very comfortable that I've got this drawing correct. Always step back. It's so easy to stand close to it and not know what I just did, what I may have just done. Did it help? Did it hurt the overall? Because the whole thing matters. That little thing I did there, or that little thing, doesn't matter. It makes sure that it makes sense into the whole painting. We're going to go vibrant there. Obviously, I got to redraw them, repaint them completely. I don't know why I'm hesitating on that, because I feel that the drawing, their shapes are reasonably accurate. I know there's little intricate things that I've got wrong. Highlights, all kinds of stuff, which will make them pop. But I'm normally hesitant right now to put much final effort into making stuff correct until I'm like, yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Or I say exactly, it's never mine or never exactly. They're good enough. Just that. Maybe it just needs to do that. Maybe, no, it needs to come over here. It needs to come this way. That's better. Still, it's close. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense, that arm. And I probably need to bring his arm up in here as much as I need to do what I'm doing. Sneaking up. There. Ooh, there. Yes. Oh my gosh. Is that at least the front? Didn't. Screw up. Don't show the back to anybody. That's why we put them in a frame. That's burnt sienna there, just so you know. And blue. There we go. Good as new. Don't tell him. All right. It is important probably that I did that to show you why that happened. And I rarely, I can't remember the last time that happened. But, oh, secret code. Can't show you. Have to kill you. So, I don't want to move the camera any more than I have to, but I'm going to have to show you this. So what I've got here, and I've been painting on this thing for 20, well, right, about since we got this easel. 20, at least 20 years. Close to 20 years I've been painting on this board. And what I chose to do, and because what artists do, if you see up at the top, see up there at that top, you can, from the back of this, you can bring that down, and you've probably seen ours. There's a little lip here, right? There's a little lip that sits in. And then that top would come down, and it would secure the top of the painting. Number one, I didn't want to move the thing all the time. The other thing is I don't want to have to undo that top to paint the top of the painting. And you see, look, you can see how many 8x10s I do like this, right? Because that's where that line is. So anyway, I just set them against it, and it leans back. I don't know, it's just what I do. Most artists are going to lock that in, and of course, this is a big stationary, really nice easel. If you're a landscape artist, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to fix that for you. If you're a landscape artist, you would have a travel easel, which I have here as well, a French easel type, to put your paintings in, and then you need to lock them down because it's windy, right? The wind knocks your paintings over. So that's why that fell down. I don't remember the last time that happened. So anyway, back to what we were doing. So I'm taking blue, and I'm taking burnt sienna, blue and burnt sienna. Pretty transparent. I need to, when that happens again, I've got too much water in my brush. You either need to stop and clean the brush and make a new pile, or just get more paint, which is what I just did. I want it to flow because I'm still drawing. I'm still wanting to draw, and I want to get that edge right. That's better. The edge right. Shirt. Bigger brush. This is too big of a brush to get in there and do detail with, but I need that big brush to cover that really nice. So when I look there, there's a piece I'm missing right in here. So his shirt comes down and then comes back. Trying to get that, and is that critical? Not really, but if it's there, I want to try to match it. And then this comes out a little bit more. That's better. That looks, it's important that it looks good here by itself, but really what I said, it's better. To me, it matches that better. And you really, I'm telling you, it sounds dumb, but I promise it's true. The more I try to see this, look at the outside shape. His hip is a little wider, then his leg comes back. I got to get that here. I think I've got it. I'm pretty dead burn close. Pretty close. Maybe just smidge. Now, what I do to sneak up, I don't know how well you can see this. I hope you can see this. I'm trying to get my hand out of the way. So what I do is, if I want to paint that wider, I don't do that, right? I start in here, and then I push the brush tip out and just let the little end of that. Hope that made sense. So this is as exact as I get drawing, right? I'm wanting to, wow, look at that. I'm wanting to, I really got to get that edge. So I'm laying the brush down here. I'm twirling it a little bit. Twirling it just a little bit to get that out. See that? See that? Is that too much? Maybe. Now, beautiful. Now this needs to get covered with some more paint. More paint, more paint. That's a little exaggerated. How about it's a lot of exaggerated? Looking over there. Does that shoulder need to come up a little more? I don't think so. So what I noticed this angle's wrong. Not here, but up on his shoulder. I have to assess, does this need to go up? No, I don't think. I think this, wrong brush. Ooh, did you see how I did that? Push those bristles, do that. That needs to go up a little. This, that needs to come down more, I think. I'm really not happy with that mark I just put in there. So I put that a little high. Put that one a little high. So what do? It's a great teaching point. So I could take a paper towel, wet it, and try to wipe it out. Problem is this is wet, right? This is as wet as that, so I'll wipe some of that out. Best thing to do, let it dry. Mix a white, mix this color here and negatively paint it. That's what I'm gonna do. It's the same thing I'm gonna do over here. Notice how that's soft? I must have earlier done something there, which is fine. So I'm gonna do something right now. I'm gonna put you all on pause. So I tried to do some saving and flipping and stuff, and it's just as easy for me to do it this way. So as I need to do this, I will just rotate this. Maybe. Let's see there. Let's do it upside down. So this is a very, I mean, it's such a helpful way to do it. And it's, I know I'm not doing it just because it, I don't know, it looks artsy or something to do this. Well, it really helps to see these angles. Now, I hope you can see that now. All of these angles of the sleeve to me make more sense here. This is a little too pointed. I didn't see that before. This one needs to do more of that. And how we make that happen and fit is we brush it out like that. We just, now he's got a highlight there we're going to be doing. So yeah, I need to, again, is it major? Yeah, maybe. I'm going to round that. Now this is sharper here than I've got there. So let's fix that. Now, as you see, it's sitting on a boundary between light blue and white. So what's the best way for us to come at that? First off, let me see, did I get this high? Did I get that a little high? I think I did. So now I'm going to do this. How do I do that? Let's see. Got that line. I flipped it the wrong way. Tag on you. I'm so sorry. See what hassle it would be if you painted from life and you had a model What were you going to say? Stand on your side. You know, how did they paint action shots? I don't even know. Oh my gosh. You know, kids running. This scene, how would you paint this from life? I mean, some people did back before they had cameras. Hell if I know. Good opportunity while it's at this angle to say what else is wrong. At the end of the day, as long as it looks like it makes sense how he's running, and you know, he doesn't look stiff, he doesn't look misshapen. We've still got highlights and things to put in there. And I'm focused completely on his shirt, on his clothes. That makes more sense now. Of course, once we turn it back upright, it's got to make sense. I think I need to get his face a little chubblier. This side, let's see. I think that's okay. While we're here, let's look at painting. This is definitely better. The shape. If you went back, a couple times with me modifying this, it was definitely too wide. Here we can tell we've got this better, maybe a little exaggerated, right? But we've got her width better. Her foot is about, it's close to the right spot. This still to me looks like her foot here, which we got to fix that, which we will. That's a little dark. I'm happier with this now that I see it at this angle. I'm telling you, flipping this stuff around is critical for me anyway. So now when we put it back up here, it should make more sense. Hopefully it does. It better have worked, or that was not worth the exercise, right? All right. Matthew is he's a little boy. I think his shirt needs to come up. I keep wanting to say this distance is too much. I think I just need to take his shirt up just a smidge. And I mean a smidge. I need to put more blue out. I put, and you may have noticed when I've showed you my palette, I just put little tiny blobs out. I don't put humongous, half a tube. Oil artists will do more of that because the oils will stay wet so long. I don't. I'm a big palette cleaner. I used to not do that. I would leave a palette dirty and paints all over the place, and that sucks when you have acrylics, because the next time I come down here, every single time, and I may not have shared this, and if I haven't, I apologize. Every time